Hey guys, welcome to this week's Monday mail opening. This week we have a huge one with a load of really cool stuff coming because it was just payday the other day. And I'm going to kick it off with my most recent order from Smith's Toys, and then I'm going to cut to myself tomorrow or a few days from now when the rest of the stuff arrives. I would have just waited, but I kind of want to get in and see what we've got in here. This is basically a figure I wanted to pick up like the second it was announced from Elite 100. Then I kind of, put it off a while because there was plenty in stock. Let it go down to £15, and now there was only 2 left in my local Smiths. And I was going to go in and get it on Saturday, wasn't able to. And then I'm now home alone for a few days, so I wouldn't be able to do it until Thursday. And we only had 2 left in store, so I didn't really want to risk it. So I just went ahead and ordered this stunning Steve Austin. Of course, we need that NWA television title for our NWA pick fed when we get there. Now, it doesn't really show in the video because it's just, pure glare. And it doesn't really show on pictures, but the belt is actually so bright. It's like such a bright silver. Yeah, we mostly want this for the belt, I'm not going to lie. I've never really particularly cared for the Stunning Steve character, but I also think that it's a pretty interesting kind of generic body for a custom figure. The pants are pretty bright, kind of interesting. Definitely something we could make a custom out of. This is a brilliant series, I think. I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed with what it is, but I also think, it is pretty cool as it is. So yeah, we had to get him, but with him being £15, he was under the free shipping mark at Smith's, and you know me, as frugal as I am, I don't want to pay for shipping if I can avoid it. So I racked the Smith's website and I couldn't find anything. I could have ordered a Big E ATV set for £10, but what am I going to do with that? Where am I going to put that? I could have ordered a Minecraft figure for £10, and I do plan to do stuff with Minecraft figures at some stage, but in the end, what I settled on was ordering one of these Hot Wheels 10 packs, because these are a decent price, and the shipping's coming off anyway if I would have had to pay the shipping otherwise. So we're saving a little bit on it. So I thought we'd just give it a bit of a go, spin the roulette, and see what we get out of this 10-pack. So here we go, and this is why I wanted to open it, because I wanted to see what we got in the 10-pack, and then we'll do an unboxing on this soon. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I must apologise, I won't know a lot of the makes of cars off the top of my head, but we've got this really nice Lotus Elvira down the front here in like a kind of blood orange kind of colour. That's really nice. I've been tempted to pick those up a few times. We've got a car over here, like an Aston in the Gulf livery. Very nice. We've got a silver Lamborghini up there. Really, really cool. Some really nice cars in here. It's like a modern Mustang at the top there. Some really cool cars in there, actually. I don't regret that at all. That's pretty cool. And there were a few of these when I was working in Smith's. There were a few of these that I was, eyeing up. This isn't one of them. I think there was a McLaren in one of them, and there was some other kind of cool cars like that in some of the others. But I never did pull the trigger. It would have been cool if we'd got one of those, but, you spin the roulette, you see what you get, and to be honest, there looks like there's some pretty cool cars in there, so we'll settle for that. Now we'll go over to the next part of the mail opening. So, carrying on with the mail opening video, we have the rest of this week's parcels. If I thought last week's was big, I don't know what I call this one, but we're actually going to open the bigger one first, because the smaller one, I think, is more exciting. So let's crack into this. This is from Wrestlrs, the website. Just Wrestlrs without the second E. And, I was just going on people's websites the other night to see if anyone had the Boogeyman Elite in. And ended up finding some incredible deals on their website. Ended up with a basket worth £135. Managed to talk myself down to £62.75. I mean, £20 of that was a friend's thing anyway. But yeah, managed to talk myself right down to £62.75. And even then, to be honest, most of this is passable. But, most of it's also resellable if I do change my mind on it. So the first thing we got were 2 Retrofest Hacksaw Jim Duggans. Now, this might have an awful head sculpt, but it's still a Jim Duggan Elite. which aren't exactly the easiest thing to come by in the UK, and it's definitely still a good price for a scarce figure over here. I absolutely love these Retrofest boxes. This will actually be the third Retrofest figure I've gotten and NW opened. But yeah, the head is a pain. That's what put me off originally. But if you think back to the Mail Saga, we got the one with the half American flag face that we can head swap onto this. It's probably more Jim Duggan-y anyway, isn't it? So yeah, one for me, one for my friend. £20 each on Wrestlrs' website. Very, very good. This is going to sound like a sales pitch, this whole portion of the video. I assure you it's not. I'm just telling you guys how good the deals are on there. The next one, I thought actually went out of stock when I ordered it, but I also got an email saying that they were on a deal. They were only discounted about 4p, but you know, and that is Elite. It's the best of one, so I don't know what series it's actually from. British Bulldog. This is the reprint version of, I want to say, Elite 94. Yes, it definitely is Elite 94 because Bret Hart was from that series as well. So yeah, that was really cool. I didn't buy this when it originally came out, just because I already had the one with Matilda, but I then later realised I actually don't really care for that figure at all, and you know, I was kind of like, if I can pick this up cheap, then that is absolutely what I will do. And the downside there is that I still want the Matilda, so I am still going to have to open that figure, but you know, I think this is just more of the Davy Boy that I would want. That being said, I can already sell this on if, you know, I decide I don't. If I decide I don't need this figure, if I decide it is surplus to requirements. But again, £20 on Wrestlrs' website. They're still on there. They're $19.95 now, I think. The next thing I got was well, we already know this one from what will have been last week's mail opening, which is the Stephanie McMahon from Elite 94 also. Oh, maybe Bulldog wasn't in the same series. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to get this for the Attitude Era collection. I'd been putting off buying her for a good while. Kind of looked like one of the eyebrows was only half painted, but I think it's okay. I've been putting off buying one of these on Amazon Warehouse for a good while. Finally did it, pulled the trigger, and then spotted this on Wrestlrs' website the day after it came for £3 less. Figured Amazon can take the hit. I know it's cheap, I know it's a bit of penny pinching, but who cares, you know? And the final thing I got, the only thing from their $12.95 AEW figures, which they had quite a few of, the only one I actually picked up was Ricky Starks. They actually had this entire series for $12.95, except Eddie. They hadn't reduced him for some reason. Yeah, I got Starksy. Thought, you know, again, if I decide I've got no use for him in the Fed, then I can always just sell him on. You know, it only costs $12.95. It's not a bad pickup at all, and it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, you know? But the main thing here was the Jim Duggan. That was the only thing I was definitely going to get. But in the end, these were the bits I kind of narrowed it down to. To be honest, I can't even remember what else was in the basket, more or less. But yeah, I mean, it can't have been that important. So yeah, that's everything from Wrestlrs. That was £62.75 worth of stuff, excluding one of the Jim Duggans, which is for a friend. So £82.75 for the whole lot, £62.75 for a Ricky Starks, a Stephanie McMahon, a British Bulldog, and a Retrofest Duggan. That's a pretty good deal, however you look at it, really. In fact, the only downside, as far as I can see it, is working out where these are going to go in my legendarily cluttered room. So, let's move on to this. This is the more premium end, no fancy deals here. Well, actually, kind of fancy deals. I got these from In Demand Toys, meaning that they were £2 less each than on Bandai's own website, and free shipping, unlike Bandai's website, which is a flat rate £3. So I got these for a total of £7 cheaper than ordering on Bandai, which made it a lot more palatable, because I am a little bit skeptical about these figures. So what this is, it's something I only found out about relatively recently. I saw in like an Instagram post, and you know, I thought I need to get those straight away, and as it turns out, they were coming out like imminently. So here they are. So we've got the little leaflet from In Demand Toys there. Free shipping on UK orders over £50, 10% deposit option on all pre-orders, and loyalty points with every purchase. That's another thing. You get 100 loyalty points for making an account, and you can exchange that for £1. So you could get these £1 even cheaper if you're not like me and you remember at checkout. Same thing with Wrestlrs.com. If you sign up for their newsletter before you check out, you can get a 10% discount. Might have been nice to save £8 on all that stuff, especially when one of the figures we literally like just returned to Amazon for the sake of £3. But unfortunately, they weren't able to amend the order after, so we'll have to see about doing another massive order with Wrestlrs sometimes. But if they're going to do good deals like that, it might happen, you know? But yeah, anyway, into these. These are interesting, but I'm a little bit underwhelmed as well by the previews we've seen. So I'm hoping these look better in person, and to be honest, they already do. So this is the Game Dimensions Tekken. It's not technically Tekken 8 branded, but it's actually Tekken 7 branded. Kazuya Mishima action figure from Bandai. This is the affordable Tekken figure range. $27.99 from Bandai's website, $25.99 from In Demand Toys. My main skepticism is that they don't seem much different from the Anime Heroes line, which are a flat £20 on Bandai's own website, you know? So I kind of feel like they could have been a bit cheaper. That being said, on the rendering, we didn't actually have any colour in his chest tattoo, and it didn't look like we had these details on the leggings either. And either way, it was a needs-must situation for me, because I've been saying for ages that we need to have an affordable Tekken line. Not all of us can be bothered or would even want to pay for Storm Collectibles figures. You can see there, the rest of the line, we've got Heihachi and 2 locked characters there. They are actually the second wave, which is King and somebody else. So the other thing in here is the Heihachi Mishima, which is actually packaged backwards, so you can see that tiger on his back. And what's really interesting, what I didn't realize, is that they come with like acrylics. So Kazuya comes with round 1 and Heihachi comes with ready, so that's really cool. I would imagine King or whoever else will come with round 2 and maybe even a final round. That would be cool. Maybe a fight somewhere in there. Again, the Heihachi, it's kind of interesting. The tiger on the back, the packaging option is very interesting. They both come with like effects and extra hands. I'm just skeptical about how good they actually are in terms of build quality and indeed sculpt quality. On the render, they kind of looked like they were like an homage to like Tekken 1, Tekken 2, because they kind of didn't look the best quality. You won't have any glare on that side. They kind of didn't look the best quality kind of renderings of these characters. But like I say, we didn't get a choice in the matter because the needs must. And I will have time traveled a little bit to do this part of the mail opening, because I intend to do the NW opening for these guys right now and jump ahead of the curve. No one seems to have done a video on them yet, so I just want to get these done and unboxed. I'm going to open them either way. And yeah, I do think these look better than they kind of did on the renders, especially just the fact that like Kazuya's scars are actually coloured in. Like that's, you know, that's a damn sight better than it is. But yeah, really nice packaging on these, really cool figures. Really glad to finally have some affordable Tekken figures. Nice to know that there's already more of them coming out, although you could argue it's a bit of a shame they only released 2 in the first place and that they haven't announced martial law yet. Series 2 is King and Jin. Most obvious thing in the world. Don't know why I didn't think of that. The main character and the like mascot type character. Yeah, so really, really cool. Really like the way it's going. Like, you know, regardless of how good these figures are, I'm probably going to end up getting Jin and King at least. You know, it's not exactly like it's like Leroy or something. I'll probably leave Leroy behind if it was a crap figure. But, you know, it's, you know, or Lars. You know, any of the kind of mascots that are kind of forced in there, probably leave those behind. And if you'd like to see the unboxing of those, I will put it in the end screen at the end. If you enjoyed this video, please do check out the mail openings playlist in the end screen as well. Like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this one. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.